You've all seen the Hitler tweets and the Diddy things, and we're not here to talk about only that. We are going to touch on it, but obviously there is some underlying, more important things going on with Kanye that we need to talk about, because this thing is like taking one step forward and 10 steps back. So today we'll talk about Kanye and his tweets and what this means for him and the music over the past 48 hours, so let's jump straight into this. If you want to stay up to date with everything surrounding hip-hop, make sure to subscribe and also become a part of this community by joining our Discord server in the description. Real quick, if you don't want to listen to this, make sure to skip 10 seconds into the future, but you can now sign up for my free newsletter with the first link in the description. It comes every Sunday and recaps everything that's been happening in hip-hop over the past week, so make sure to do that. So as I said, by now you've all likely seen the Hitler tweets again, the "I'm a Nazi, call me Adolf Hitler," and the tweets have since also gotten removed, probably not by Kanye himself, but by X, just because they were too outrageous, even though he's praising Elon every chance that he gets for letting him express on the platform. But we don't want to touch on that as much. It's just honestly also very sickening. As a person living in Germany, I've just visited a Nazi euthanasia killing center like 3 weeks ago. That shit is not fun, man. So it's really not something that you just use to provoke, which is what Kanye's doing right now. We've been getting reports about all of this just being provocation. For example, also by this opinion article on Vogue about Bianca that a lot of pages and also Kanye himself have been referencing, which in itself just said that she can do whatever she wants. Likely it is to provoke. We're talking about her look at the Grammys. And Kanye apparently likes that. So we know it's for attention. We know it's for provocation. And that's exactly what he's doing right now as well. And it all started with the tweet about Diddy, Free Puff. And, obviously, that's not what we want to do. He kept going. We got this again, which is like 2018 all over again. He then also started promoting this Diddy merch and said that the profits for this would go 50-50 to obviously Yeezy, but then also to Diddy. And this is obviously also not something we want to support. It's live on Yeezy.com, and don't buy it. Bro, I don't know who's buying that. For real. If you bought it, I don't know, bro. Explain it to me in the comments. I don't get it. Then he also talks about calling Diddy daily. Then he also posts the "I used to be woke too" with the, I say no to Nazis, and then the swastika with the, crossed out. That this picture has been a meme for some time. We got tweets like this one as well. It doesn't really stop. Then the only interesting tweet that honestly we got was this one right here, where he said, imagine somebody tell you you can't do something and you listen to them. This person now has control over your life and they didn't even pay for it. Why somebody would have to pay to have control over your life is also a connection I didn't get. But they said they controlled your words with their words. You now are a free prostitute. And to me, this is the only explanation that we could have for this tirade of tweets, for this meltdown that Kanye has had again. Because we know that now he's been diagnosed with autism, like he revealed in the first episode of the Justin LeBoy The Download podcast. It's not bipolar disorder. Apparently, it's autism. So maybe this is one of the compulsive behaviors that he has, always doing the opposite of what people tell him out of fear, out of protection from letting other people gain control over his actions by denying him something or by telling him that he can't do something. So this is the only tweet that gave us some sort of insight into Kanye's mind. Because immediately after that, we got Yeezy does not hire fat or ugly people. And then, an injection, I guess this is also for fat loss, I guess. Tell me if you know more about it. That was kind of the whole tweet thing. As I said, I don't even want to show the Hitler things and some of the more stuff about, how Jewish people, the anti-Semitic remarks, how, stereotypes are there for a reason because they're true. Bro, no. Anyway, he also continued on Instagram. He did post that he was on FaceTime with Diddy's son and said, a son to his dad, for every son whose dad is locked up, right or wrong. I want y'all to listen to Dave Chappelle's jokes very close this time. Let's see how funny it gets when families are separated, especially black families. So he's going into the justification in that area. So I don't even know. He also posted a picture of young Diddy. It's just really all up like that right now. So this is, what Kanye has been up to over the past 48 hours since we last talked about him. Now, as I said, this really feels like we're taking one step forward in terms of Bully, in terms of him opening up maybe a little bit more, in him getting closer to the fans by doing an interview, by actually starting to roll out the music. And now we're taking 10 steps back. This is honestly at this point worse than 2022 because at least you had some sort of hope that he could come back from this, which he did to a degree. Now though, I don't even know, man. And I feel very sad saying this. He had the chance to convert over again into having a normal public image, even though Kanye's public image will obviously never be normal, but at least to be in a position where you can drop an album and people talk about the music and they don't talk about your anti-Semitism or your liking of Hitler. And now he's destroyed that again. Maybe it's because of his, mental condition, autism. Maybe it's because it's just his personality. We don't know. And honestly, at this point, obviously, it also begs the question for people like me or people covering music, journalists, if they should continue reporting on this. And this is honestly something to give you somewhat of a, glimpse behind what I'm thinking that I'm struggling with, because obviously I don't want to push this, but we're also here talking about the music. And, it's always a very hard distinction to make. Separating the art from the music, that old discussion we're having all over again. It gets really hard with Kanye, to be completely honest, because he's making all of this part of the rollout, part of the music, because he's been getting more eyes on him now because of the music, and then uses the platform to do this, So that's kind of what I'm thinking. Quick, kind of intermission as well now. We did get a new snippet. This feels very cynical not doing this, but, as I said, I'm really thinking about how I should go about covering Kanye in the future. We did get a new snippet just to cover it real quickly, just because, I like the music. At this point, I don't know if I like Kanye right now, but the music, we have Wheels Fall Off. Kanye confirmed this new snippet is for Ty Dolla $ign's solo album, so Tycoon. So we're not going to be getting this on, Vultures 3 or Bully. At this point, I don't even know if Vultures 3 is happening, but at some point, Bully likely is. We'll have to wait and see if any of these remarks actually kind of influence that. But as I said, I'm not even sure if Bully is now dropping, because sometimes these public debates and the backlash that Kanye gets leads to him scrapping projects. And a release date of June 15th is still, 4.5 months in the future. So still a lot can happen in that time. Maybe by that time, Kanye's image will have normalized again. But if he continues doing stuff like this, it won't. And it's really hard. I feel now it's even harder for people to defend him than 2 years ago. But let me know what you think about all of this. Obviously, a very heated discussion, very heated arguments. But I do want to know what y'all think about this in the comments down below. If you watched this video to the end and liked it, and you want to stay up to date with all current hip-hop events and releases, make sure to subscribe, turn on notifications, hit that like button, and go follow my social media, and most importantly, join my Discord in the description. Until the next one, you'll have an incredible day, and y'all take care.